Hi, this is Zach Meir from Zach's Traders Cafe with a look at the single stocks for Wednesday, the 17th of August. Starting off with Admiral Group, and here we've got progress within this rising trend channel from as long ago as March, unfilled gap to the upside through resistance last month, and progress ever since. The theory at this stage is that while there's no end of day close back below the 20-day moving average, currently at 2184, we should see progress towards the top of the channel at 2420. As soon as the end of next month. Any dips towards the 20-day line regarded as buying opportunities. As you can see, over the last couple of weeks, we've seen support come in at the 10-day line, currently at 22.29, and that's probably the feature to go long towards. Next up, Balfour BT. Not sure it's a stock that people trade wildly, but interesting, at least on the chart front, after the gap down seen last month and then the recovery that we've had, strong recovery really. Looking for a £2.60 target here at the top of a rising June trend channel. Just currently bull flag breakout through the 200-day line at £2.42, so a bit more upside there. Stop loss probably the best one, end of day close back below the 10-day moving average at £2.35. Obviously if £2.60 breaks, and we've got a very positive looking setup on that situation. Next up, BT Group, which is still haggling either with Ofcom or over its no broadband in rural areas issues. Currently in the descending trend channel from February. Resistance coming in at the 50-day moving average at 403 and the top of the channel. And while we're below those two areas, another dive below £3.80, perhaps down to £3.60 is the worst case scenario over the next month. Could be possible. This RSI failure here, the triple RSI failure, doesn't look very good and does suggest that there is momentum building on the sell side, as does the now falling 200-day moving average at £4.45. Next stock, Cobham. Here you can see recovery here. Recovery even before the dip in the market at the end of June. Looks like we're in a rising trend channel there from April. Heading towards £1.80 in that target valid, while the 50-day moving average at £1.57 remains in place. Probably stop losses back below that initial August support at £1.52 at this stage. We are obviously concerned by the way the RSI just fell below the neutral 50 level, so if you are cautious on the shares, maybe wait for at least an end of day close above the 10-day moving average at £1.62 before going long if you're not already in that situation. Gem Diamonds is next, and here it's stock in the news. Nice bounces off the 200-day moving average both in June and this month. Looks like we're in a rising trend channel that can be drawn from March. £1.60 target implied, especially if we can get a decent clearance of the 50-day moving average at £1.29. Fussy traders might wait for a clearance of £1.35, which is initial August resistance, although there is RSI support here, which is probably enough to take the shares up from current levels. Stop loss on the buy argument back below the March support line and the 200-day moving average at £1.19. Lucas is next, and here we've got a situation where the stock, like many others, was hit by the Brexit scare. Current situation is that while we're above the 50-day moving average, we're looking for a target up to £1.60. Any dips towards £1.20 to improve the risk-reward ratio and cool off the overbought RSI would certainly be appreciated. Time frame on the £1.60 target over the next 4 to 6 weeks if we are lucky. Finishing off with tallow oil, which has been a decent recovery situation. Gap through the 50-day moving average at £2.26 this week is very encouraging, and while we are above the floor of the gap at £2.21, looking for an acceleration to the upside. Target here as high as 300 pence over the next couple of months, especially given the way that, at least for the near term, we've got this island reversal, bear trap rebound from below the 200-day moving average at 205, and the RSI at 60 is relatively undercooked. That's it from me. More updates at the same time tomorrow.